G'day traders, welcome to blog for Thursday the 24th of May. So here's the candle we're looking at here on the daily chart. So you can see leading up to this area, we hit a bit of period where we're I guess consolidating this downtrend here. We're getting some buyers, nothing too strong, but at the same time the sellers aren't overly strong either. So an area where I believe both sides of the markets could really come in and have a play. Keeping in mind it is a seller's area, we're below resistance, so you've got to remember that. So give them the slight edge, but at the moment a bit of a 50-50 area as far as which side of the market will come into play most. So in the morning we did push down, got a bit of a push down. Then we got this bit of a sideways period here before jumping straight back up and going back towards the cash market highs. You can see we haven't really consolidated and pushed through that period there, and then we popped down here, and there's some support levels through here. When you look over the 1 minute chart, really shows it quite well. You can see here's the pullback area here, and it's bouncing off this sort of area here, and the other markets are really showing formations like they wanted to hold and push up. So this was actually a 5 minute sell coming up here, but you can see it's sitting quite high. It was coming off support as well. So definitely not one of the better setups. An area where we could possibly bounce back up, which is what it got, and you can see then it's topped out again and not able to push through. And this area here was it looked like it was going to get a bounce as opposed to push through. Other markets weren't really pushing any higher. ES was the one sitting the highest. Something like Russell and Nasdaq, they were actually sitting back off a little bit, like they were looking like they wanted to push down. So after getting two bounces, they then pushed down this area around here. You can see now we've broken down past this sort of previous swing low here. So this is a bit of a confirmation that the sellers are taking a bit of control and expect for them, this just to be a bounce, and I guess try not to pull back into this range too much and then continue on the downside again, which is what they did. So this new trend, this is the first pullback. We've pushed lower, come into this real consolidation period, and it's through here they're starting to show signs of the buyers coming in, some real holding formations. Around here the Russell didn't push down as low. It was really holding the buy side around here and looking like I wanted to push up, and eventually we got this strong trend to the upside where we ended up getting again back to where a bit past the cash market highs. So very similar to yesterday, where the sellers controlled most of the day, but the buyers really came in, showed signs of holding and evidence that they were coming, and then getting this push at the end of the day. So very similar to Wednesday. You can see updating the records there, the first 5 minute pullback retrace. So this was around this level here. So with the dailies, so it didn't work out. So just as is, it's 5 from 12, and then with the dailies 2 from 6. So it's just of late, just hasn't been working out as much. On the 1 minute charts, see this is the area where we push down from. We start to get this bounce here. Let me line up the 5 minute charts. Then we got this consolidation period, or this sideways period. It held this power point really well, and when you're watching it live and watching other markets, it had this real emphasis on the upside. You can see the lower sides were really holding. They were stamping these sellers out quite effectively, and eventually it broke to the upside. So it was something that definitely looked like it was coming. Again, we've pushed up and haven't really broken past the highs, and then we've come back, held the top of this earlier range, and that's where they've used as support to try and push again. But this is the area where the other markets weren't really looking like they wanted to push higher, so it got that push, but bounced again off resistance and pushed down. This time we got a fairly decent push to the downside, breaking through previous support levels over here. 10-point trend on the downside here, so pulling back. Here's the pullback power point, retracement power point with the 10-point trend on the downside. So that one's worked. So put that up here, one winner. So that's 8 from 14 as far as just keeping basic record of it. And you can see we've started to push lower. It was through this area here where we started again another holding formation, a bit like what happened earlier on before lunchtime with the buyers, and eventually that they've broken up. This power point here is probably one of the better power points of the day. You can see they've really broken up with some strength, and they've come back and basically bounced again off the top of this sideways range. Many times you see that when you've got a strong market, rarely will they pull back and break back down into that range. They're looking to come back, bounce off the top of the range, and away they go. Whether you're looking at the upside or the downside. So a similar thing happened earlier this morning on the downside, then the reverse happened on the upside, and you can see a lot of strength with the buyers to finish off, getting back past the cash market highs. So let's wrap up for Thursday. I'll speak to you guys Friday.